Hello student, I am Alka Sharma from NCMS Jhabua. Now today I am taking the class 10 SST Civics part, the power sharing. Earlier I already explained the lesson, but rest of the part today I am explaining you forms of power sharing. As we know, we studied the power sharing is very important. We studied the two cases, the Belgium and the Sri Lanka. We have seen how the Belgium has solved this problem to remain united in the country, and they divided the power very best way. So in this way they solved the problem, but in Sri Lanka it was not solved. Now today we are going to study forms of power sharing. My dear student, in a democracy, peoples are the source of political powers. People rule themselves because they are electing the candidates during election, and through institution of self-governance, and anyone including minority, their voice will be sharing in public policies. So in a democracy, political power should be distributed among as many citizens as possible. So power can be sharing in many forms. We can see how the different power sharing. First one is called horizontal distribution of power. Why this? Because the power is shared in different organs of the government, such as legislature, executive and judiciary system. Legislature means we are electing the candidates, they are making the parliament, Lok Sabha, state government, Vidhan Sabha and all. Now executives, there are two types of executives, permanent executives and temporary. Permanent executives, those have passed the civil services examination and they are working till their retirement. And temporary executives, those are the political leaders who elected and in the government up to 5 years they are working. They are called temporary executive. Judiciary, we are having Supreme Court, High Court and District Court levels. So this arrangement is called horizontal distribution of power. Why? Because all it allowed different organs of the government placed at the same level to exercise different powers. See, such aspiration of power ensures that none of the organs can use unlimited power. Each organ checks the other, and this result is a balance of power among various institutions. So this arrangement we call system of check and balance. See the example, the judges, they are appointed by the executives, but when they come, they can check the, but what they are doing, they are checking the functioning of executives or laws made by the legislature. So in this way you have seen how the power is sharing. Nobody can use anything by themselves. There is a constitution. Next, federal form of government, or we call it vertical division of power. Power can be shared in different among the government in different levels. In general we call as provincial government in some places, or such general government in entire country usually we call at federal government. In India we refer to it as central or union government. The government at the provincial or regional level we call in different names in different countries. There are so many countries. Sometimes there is no provisional or state government. The countries like ours, where there are different levels of government, the constitution clearly lays down the power of different level of government, and this is called vertical division of power. You have seen it is found in Belgium but not in Sri Lanka, and it is known as federal division of power. The same principle we can extend. See, we are having the union government, state government, then we are having state government, and then we come down, we are having municipalities, and in village we are having panchayat. So it is from higher to the lower level government. And do you know what is the importance is? Because nobody can use any power, no corruption, because in the panchayat you can see all the work under the panchayat, so there will be no corruption and all the process is going properly, and all the power shared equally, and the benefit will be going to the people who need it. Next is the community government. Power may also be shared among different social groups such as religious and linguistic groups. Community government, we had already seen the example of Belgium, is a good example how they arrange it properly and all are living peacefully. Now, in some countries there are constitutional and legal arrangements are also given where the social weaker sections and women are represented in both legislature and administrative level. This method is used to give minority communities a fair share in power. These we already studied in class for reserved constituency for the weaker section of the peoples. Now, coalition government. Power sharing arrangement can also be seen in the different way of the political parties. Some pressure groups and movements control the influence of power. In a democracy, citizens must have a freedom to choose among various contenders of different political parties for power. In democracy, power is shared among different political parties because they are having different ideologies and some social groups. So sometimes what happens when they are thinking are same, so what they are doing some sharing. When two or more parties form an alliance and they contest election, if their alliance is elected, then they form a coalition government and share power. This type coalition government is very good because so many peoples are there having different views, there are different decisions, so they can combine and make a one decision that is very good for the country. Next is the different interest groups. In a democracy, we are having different interest groups like traders, they are having their own businessmen, industrialists, farmers and industrial workers. They also have a share in the government power through either they participate in the government committees or maybe they help in making the decision process. So in this way, the government can do well for the peoples because when they know what are the problem in which places, then that should be solved very better way, because those government who are sitting on the top, they don't know what is happening in one village and all. So power sharing is a very good tools by which they can solve the problem. Like in a municipality or Gram Panchayat, the problem is in the village. So who can solve very well, because the committee that will be their panchayat, they know what is the problem, where there is a need, and in this way they reduce the corruption. There is a no entrance of the middleman and the right thing will be go to the people. So my dear student, power sharing is a very best way if we want to make our country progress or maintain the equality in the country. So today I finished the power sharing. In the next class I take the chapter 1 history. Thank you.